Hey, so in this video, I will be speculating and inputting my own thoughts for upgrades for the new Quest 3 and or Quest Pro. These predictions I will make won't be super unreasonable or completely ridiculous for Oculus to do, like removing the requirement for a Facebook account to be added to use the headset. I will also be going into what future updates will be available on the Quest 2 and or 3, so without further discussion, let's get into it. I was watching a video by The Mystical the other day, and by the way, if you don't know who he is, which is to be very surprising, you should check him out. His link is in the description below. So, what I was saying is, in the video I was watching, he said that on his Discord, this Discord user by the name of Basti564 found out that there are some secret future feature updates that are going to be for the Quest 2 that are in development, including some sort of Guardian intrusion detection feature, which from what I understand shows a person's body in a hologram inside of your game or app that you're in if they walk into your Guardian. Basti found some information talking about the intrusion detection, which states, a low sensitivity shows you a precise outline of the person, pet, or object that entered your boundary, but will take longer to appear. A high sensitivity means that you will see the intrusion faster, but it will look less precise. Adjust the sensitivity of the intruder's distance to the Guardian boundary. A lower floor height will show you more possible intrusions on the ground. A high floor height shows you fewer intrusions on the ground and can filter out smaller people, pets, or objects. See a visualization when people, pets, or objects enter your Guardian boundary when you're in VR. End quotes. This sounds really cool, but also a little scary, like if you're in a horror game and someone jumps into view and shows a hologram and scares the living bejeebus out of you. Although that does sound like a rather good prank idea. But there are some other secrets hidden in the source code of version 26 and 27 updates of the Quest 2, including desk tracking, which could be a sign of infinite desktop being introduced to us fairly soon for the Quest. But if you don't know what infinite desktop is, you'll be able to have an AR workspace in the Quest with a keyboard pass-through and tracking. Another update found in the version 27 software is probably the most exciting for me out of all of them, which is the Quest 2 getting 120Hz refresh rate. In the code, it says that you can, quote, increase the display refresh rate to 120Hz when requested by supported apps. This may affect battery usage, headset temperature, and visual quality of some features, end quote. On Oculus's developer roadmap, it says that 120Hz is planned for release in June 2021 with a low confidence level. The roadmap states that this release offers experimental support for 120Hz refresh rates only for apps that support it. The feature will happen in two parts: API support for devs, experimental settings toggle to enable 120Hz, and user being able to toggle 120Hz for supported apps, end quote. I also hope that 120Hz will be brought over to Oculus Link, as this would make the Quest 2 an actual competitor to the Valve Index, and will actually be in stock, as the Index pretty much never is. And not to mention that there is a $700 difference in price as well. To add on to this decently long list of secret updates for the Quest 2, another one has been discovered: phone notifications in VR. Apparently, in the code for version 27 of the Quest 2 firmware, Oculus has said, quotes, to get phone notifications on your headset, go to your headset settings in the Oculus app and select phone notifications, end quotes. So this means that as well as getting your messenger notifications in your headset, you'll also be getting other phone notifications being sent over to your headset. This will be good because when I'm playing VR, I sometimes get a notification on my phone/watch. I want to know what it is, so I have to either take off the headset or poke my eyes through the nose hole of the headset, which is quite annoying to do if you ever tried it. If you want to check out the information for yourself, if for some reason you don't trust Basti or want to make sure for yourself, he has made an APK file that you can download from his GitHub page, which the link is also in the description. If you want to know how to set this up, you can watch the Mysticals video showing how to install Basti's app. The link is at the top right of this video. With the Quest 2 being out for around 6 months already, it's time to start speculating on the upcoming addition to the Oculus Quest lineup, which might be a Quest 3, Quest Pro, or both. What I want to see in the Quest 3 or Pro would be an upgraded processor, like maybe going with the next iteration of the Snapdragon XR2 chip, or just increasing the clock speeds and cooling of the current chips. Because I've heard that the Snapdragon XR2 processor in the Quest 2 is quite underclocked, meaning that it's not running at its full potential. This would mean that it would run the games better at a higher resolution and refresh rate. Speaking of high refresh rates and resolution, I would love to see 120Hz refresh rate or higher becoming the default refresh rate for the next headset like the Quest Pro, with a bigger battery to accommodate this increase of power draw. I don't think we need to increase the resolution for the Quest 3 or Pro, as it is good enough already, and the Quest 2, from what I can tell, can't process the graphics with the texture quality that is even at the scale of the resolution of the current headset. For a Quest Pro, I think they should increase the battery even more and move it to the back inside of a more comfortable head strap, kind of like the Elite battery strap for the current Oculus Quest 2. The current Quest 2's default head strap is not that good, and it doesn't get tight enough on my head sometimes. And I feel as though with putting it on and off and on and off over and again, the material would get stretched and loosen up a bit more. The materials is also pretty bad because it can get dirty pretty easily, as it is a white fabric. I think for the Quest 3, they should keep the same sort of strap, but just maybe add another piece of material underneath it to cup the back of your head for more support and ergonomics. But for a Quest Pro, I think it'd be cool if they add a more comfortable head strap with a battery inside it, so pretty much just the Battery Elite strap, but as the default strap. For the controllers, I think they're pretty much fine and good enough for the Quest 3, but I think as an option for the Pro users, for either the Quest Pro or just another accessory you can upgrade to if you have the Quest 3, would be to buy separate controllers with individual finger tracking for better social experiences and immersion, and grip sensors for squeezing objects, just like the Valve Index and possibly future PSVR 2 controllers. Another feature for the Quest Pro headset that I would like would be having color cameras or sensors on the headset for better tracking and better pass-through and AR features. This would be really cool if paired with the intrusion detection as I was talking about earlier, so if someone or something walks into your play space, they'll appear in a color hologram. This would also be better for hand tracking and improving it, as it will be easier to detect the difference between the colors of the skin and the other objects in the room, improving the hand presence tracking. Or if you just want to grab a drink off the desk or pat your dog or cat. Color pass-through would also make the tracking better, as the headset's sensors can detect what colors are where and line them up for tracking, and it might make some of the other hardware developers join in the fun of virtual and augmented reality, for example Xbox. But what I don't particularly want to see is eye tracking, since Oculus is owned by Facebook. They love to just absorb all of your data, and I'm just not a big fan of that, and I know a lot of people don't like that either. Eye tracking can give Facebook a lot of data about a person. Eye tracking can track what you look at in VR with fixations and gaze points, how long you look at something. So, Facebook will be able to know your interests and personalize ads for you. It can tell your sexuality by looking at the pupil dilation when a person is looking at different genders. But eye tracking can also be an incredibly good thing for VR, as it can blur/pixelate the part of the screen which you're not looking at to save resources on the headset or computer, and it can allow for high resolutions, as your peripheral vision does not need to be in focus or as high of a resolution. It can also auto-adjust the IPD of the headset by identifying the interpupillary distance between your eyes. Another thing that I want after just scripting this video would be like DLSS from Nvidia, like with the rumors of the Switch Pro having, where pretty much it renders at a lower resolution and then AI upscales it to improve the quality as well as performance for apps and games. And I think this would be really cool because it can have high resolutions and it would be easier for the Quest hardware to actually perform it. For pricing on the next Oculus headset, I would expect to see like roughly around the $299 US price tag for the Quest 3, which is roughly the same as the Quest 2 at the moment. But for the Quest Pro, I would think that it would cost somewhere between $500 to $700 US, as it'll be an upgraded Quest headset. As for the release date of these two possible headsets, I would think that they would be announced around June in F8, the Facebook conference, or around September in Facebook Connect this year. Well, that is about it from me today. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. So those are my thoughts on what could possibly be in the next Quest headset iteration and some unannounced features coming to the Quest 2. Thanks for watching. My name is Horizons VR, and take care.